time I close my eyes.
yourself playing your whole career at Liverpool?
Yeah, I can imagine that, yeah.
Would you fancy playing in Spain or Germany? Or...
I love the club more than anything. I love everything about it. I love the fans. Why would I think about
that? You're such a fucking liar, babe.
I know, lad, as if they thought I was going to stay.
Babe, these edits are so cringy, as if someone sat there and made that video.
Nah, he's genuinely thought, oh, if Trent sees this, then he might sign another contract. Fuck off, lad. Go and make a Mo Salah edit. I'm going to Real Madrid, me. This is a message to Jamie Carragher. Stop giving me shit on Twitter, you rat.
Yeah, you tell him, babe.
Chatting about me being the next Gerrard and being a club legend, lad. I don't want to go to LA Galaxy when I'm 35, my legs are gone. Only reason he didn't go Chelsea was because some scally were going to chop his legs off anyway.
Honestly, babe, fuck Liverpool.
Judy just gets on me fucking nerves. He's just jealous he can't get snapped up by Real Madrid like me because I'm sick.
Come on, babe, that's enough now.
He just proper burns me hello so I can't even go Pot World anymore because I'm banned.
What? We can't go to Pot World? Trent, you might have to go back.
Trent S off to Madrid. Thank fuck. I've been covering that side like a single dad doing 2 school runs. But God has finally answered my prayers. I can rest my hamstrings now.
Slot, Pep, Arteta. Rank those 3.
Pep, Arteta, Slot.
So he's just won the Premier League in his first season, no budging on that?
He's had an easy ride of it. Really, we would have won it if we hadn't had the injuries.
Arteta number 1 for sure, and then Slot, and then Guardiola.
Yeah, Guardiola down there, yeah?
Definitely, yeah, he's done.
Arteta's got the best hitter, so I'll take Arteta.
Pep 1, Arteta 2, Slot 3.
Yeah, Slot bang average, inherited Klopp's team. I won the league 4 years in a row with Everton. If I'm given an unlimited budget, I can win the league with any Premier League football club.
Oh, bloody. I mean, you've got to go Pep top because of everything he's won. Slot's obviously come in, done a great job. I put Arteta second just because, you know, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I think he's going to win lots of stuff. I think he's a great manager.
Slot, Pep, Arteta, obviously. Arteta's got so much to prove. You know, phase 6 of Arteta. If he doesn't win the UCL, it's a massive failure. I think Pep has, 4 Premier Leagues in the bank for him, and Slot coming into Liverpool, winning the Premier League is an incredible achievement.
Opportunity to go invincible. Is that what you're looking at now?
Could be. We've got the best young manager in the world in Mikel Arteta.
I can't even believe you're having a conversation about Liverpool in the title challenge.
If we can get a win at Anfield, Invincibles 2.0.
I could see us equaling what we done in 2002 and being unbeaten away from home.
It's going to be out of us all city, and I think we got the cojones to do it this season, and we will do it.
I feel that right now William Saliba is the best centre-back in the league.
Just outside the centre circle, Evan Nilsson. He's got...
Oh my God, he's going to send him.
Red card from his pocket. William Saliba, central.
I fucking told you not!
I expect 3-0. Also unbeaten in the last 10.
No, we won far. I think we beat Bournemouth.
Done and fired in!
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Right-footed, sends Ryan the wrong way.
Fucking shambles, man. Let me just keep it real, man.
Yep, there we go, 2-0. Game over. Game fucking over. Dead and gone. Game done.
Today.
Yes, Gunners. North London is home now.
Oh, shut up, you cunt!
Harder! Get kicked, snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the mean and the chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha. Right jab like Sam Judah.
Oh, is it?
Every member on my team is a shooter. Night like a room, no room for intruder.
There you go. It would help if I took myself off mute, wouldn't it? Yeah, there you go. So I was just slagging everyone off in the live chat when I was on mute. So big up. No one heard it. No, I'm only joking. Hopefully you can hear me now. Hopefully you can hear me now. Hopefully you can hear me now. If you can't, then I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. You should be able to hear me now. Oh. Let me know if you can hear me now, guys. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, but big up everyone. Yeah, I had it on mute for some reason. Don't ask. Yeah, guys, it's the weird, wonderful world of football transfers. We're coming to that side of the season. We're going to be talking about football transfers today. Obviously, there's a little bit of breaking news from Dave O'Cobb. I don't know if anyone's seen that about Frimpong. Looks like that could happen. We're going to chat about that in a bit. Certain midfielder from Frankfurt may be coming to Liverpool as well, and the striker that we need. But I spoke about yesterday's game, obviously last night. I don't want to go too much into that again. But one thing I will want to talk about is about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, on everywhere across the media today, people are telling us Liverpool fans that we should be ashamed of ourselves for booing Trent Alexander-Arnold. Like Liverpool are the only club, apparently the only club ever to boo a footballer. I didn't know this. I only learnt this today. Yeah, where were all these people? Where were all these Arsenal fans who are having a dig at us right now today on social media going, you lot should be ashamed of yourself. You're booing your own player, all this sort of stuff. Where are all them Arsenal fans when they try to get rid of their greatest ever manager? Where's all them fans gone? Where are all the Arsenal fans gone that handed out their greatest ever manager out of this football club and brought massive banners and did videos swearing about Wenger, wanting him out, calling him all the names under the sun, wanting him gone? Where are them fans gone? No, where are them fans gone? This hypocritical nature of of everyone talking about Liverpool constantly. You know, they forget they've done the same thing. Didn't Xhaka get booed when he threw the armband down, if I remember rightly? Didn't Xhaka get booed when he when he threw the arm down band? Didn't Arsenal fans come out, start doing videos talking about him, saying they don't want him playing for their football club ever again? The captaincy, the shirt means more than Xhaka. How dare he disrespect the shirt and that armband like that? We don't want this kind of player playing for us ever again. Booed him massively. Handed out their greatest ever football manager of their football club ever. Wanted him gone, booed him out of the building. But yeah, they forget about all that. You know what I mean? It's a madness. It's a madness to me. It's a madness. What's Bizzle saying here? Especially when you're telling people that he's actually bought 20 plus years ago. God forbid anyone says it. Hey, it's a joke, Bizzle, man. Jesus Christ. Bloody hell. We are allowed to have a bit of a laugh and joke around here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, big up Fam Zone in the house as well. Yeah, Ashley Cole got abused. They started calling him Cashley Cole, if I remember rightly. That's all they called him, was Cashley Cole. Yeah, all the time. Cashley Cole, Cashley Cole, Cashley Cole. Booed him out, wanted him gone. Can we, Man United fans, I'm sure. Who's that player Man United booed this season already when he was still at the club and they had enough of him? It happens. But listen, for people who don't understand this Trent stuff, Liverpool fans can be angry and upset at things, and it's allowed. I don't understand why we're the only football club that can't beat Xerxes. That's it, Xerxes, and he's brand new, just out. He just came to the football club, and they're bloody booing him. I don't understand why everyone just comes at Liverpool constantly about this. How do people not understand the Trent situation still? Why have we still got to explain the Trent situation to people? Why do people still not understand it? Trent doesn't want to play for Liverpool Football Club anymore. He wants to play for Real Madrid. He considers Real Madrid a bigger and better opportunity for him than to play for Liverpool. Now, okay, I hear it. But when you're a Scouse born, you don't think like that. I doubt any team, any player that is born in the city that plays for their club would think about any other club at all. Like if you're born here, I don't know. If you're born in Islington, you might be Arsenal through and through, and nothing to you is bigger than Arsenal. You might be born, like if you're born in Wembley or something like that, Wembley, or somewhere around North London, you might be sitting there going, you know what, there is no bigger club than Arsenal Football Club. I don't care who's out there, Real Madrid, Barcelona, this is the biggest club in the world for me. The fact Trent's leaving and the way he's leaving, I don't understand why people can't understand why Liverpool fans are upset by it. And then I hear today, why do Liverpool fans waste their money booing a player? Well, why go to the stadium? They have all that energy to boo a footballer. Maybe because they wanted to. Maybe they paid their money to make sure they let him know how they feel. We can't tell Trent as a fan base how we feel, because he ain't going to talk to us. So the only way we can tell him how we feel as a fan base is by booing him when we're at the ground. That's the only way he can know. He needs to know how much it affects us, and it affects us emotionally. Like people are trying to take emotion out of sport, which everyone wants to be a robot. Everything's about being a robot today. You've got to take all emotions out of the sport. And if you are emotional, you're told you're too emotional. You need to calm down a bit. Well, let's just have a dead sport then. Let's have a dead game where players are just used as cannon fodder, and no one should care. No one should care. So no one should be getting upset about any kind of result. We should all be emotionless robots. You know, that's what we should be. But he's done us dirty, man. And he did us dirty, and the team wanted to, the fans wanted to tell him how we feel. And that's how we feel about it. Not everyone feels about it like that, obviously. There's a big split, and a lot of people feel like you shouldn't do that. But if you've paid your hard-earned money to go to that stadium, enjoy the atmosphere, everyone's having a great time, and then they see Trent's coming on, they're letting him know how they feel. Why would I wish Trent well? I honestly, guys, why would I wish... What have I spilt down my top? Why would I wish Trent well? We're probably going to play Real Madrid next season, the way the Champions League is formatted now. We're probably going to play him at least once next season in the Champions League. So that means we're going to play against Trent. Why should we wish him well? Do you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't get it. So Trent wants to leave, and we're meant to be, oh, thank you, Trent. Oh, thank you so much for 20 plus years. Thank you now for treating us like utter shit while you're on your way out. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, wipe your feet on us on the way out. That's it, son. Yeah, treat us like absolute garbage. Well done, son. Thank you very much. This is what we're meant to do, yeah? No one's meant to boo him. You're just meant to do this. Well done, Trent. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being a cunt. Yeah? Is that what we're meant to do? Everyone thank Trent for being a cunt in the chat. I want everyone to do it now. Everyone thank Trent for being a cunt in the chat. Thank you, Trent, for being a cunt. There you go. Everyone say it in the chat. I want everyone to write it in the chat. Thank you, Trent, for being a cunt. Yeah? I won't. You keep writing, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What? It's the way we feels, man. It's the way we feel. No, and as I say, not a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people think Trent's a legend and all that, and that's perfectly fine. And you could have that opinion. My opinion is, I think he's a cunt, and I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone, because when he was on the pitch, by the way, he looked like he couldn't be fucking arsed. Yeah. He couldn't be look like he could be asked, but there you go. It's another matter. He shouldn't play for Liverpool ever again. That should be the last time we ever see Trent playing for Liverpool again. I don't want to see him. This is just my opinions. This is Jamie Phillips' opinions. This is not anyone else's opinions. I can't tell everyone what to feel of him, but I think a lot of people feel like they've been done dirty by him. And at the end of the day, the way people feel. You know, and yeah, I can't. Big up Colin in the chat. I can't be doing with him no more. So, yeah, we're going, like, time will move on, people will move on, and yeah, and we carry on. But this video he brought out is the massive issue. And before I get to that video, Ant's got a massive point. Yeah, the media vilified Trent for 8 years while he was playing for Liverpool. The British media vilified him all the time. He can't defend. He shouldn't play for England. He's overrated. Constantly. That is how the media went about it. When every England international, every international tournament, World Cup or Euros, Trent can't be right back because he'll cost England. You can't play Trent at right back because he will cost England the World Cup. Like, no one, like it's beyond me. And we backed him. As a fan base, we backed him. We know we went, no, play Trent. He's the best right back in world football. Forget that he can't defend. Think about the positives, what he'll give you. We backed him. We put our arms around Trent when he was on international duty and went, don't worry, son, your home's over here. We'll protect you. Don't worry about everyone what's saying about you. We did that. And now the media are like, Oh, no. Oh, Trent, come to us, Trent. Come to us, Trent. Now, forget about them Liverpool fans. You're better than them. You're better than them. Watch them start calling him the best right back in the world when he goes to Real Madrid. You watch the change. Everyone watch the change, yeah? The English media, the British media, when it comes to World Cups and Euros, they'll all change their mind. They go, oh, Trent has to play right back. He has to play right back. He plays for Real Madrid at right back. He's the best right back in world football. It'd be a different discussion. It'd be a different discussion. Just to throw it down our faces all the time. You know what I mean? That is what's going to happen. Exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, and all this time that we protected him. Every time we protected him, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just he's the new Beckham. Do you know what I mean? They've already started saying he's the best. There you go. Big up chat says, yes, Jamie, only one speaking facts and sticking up with Liverpool fans. Big up, man. I'll always stick up for the fan base. I don't care what player it is. I honestly don't care what player it is, yeah? I'll always stick up for the fan base because the fan base is the most important thing because no club can be successful without fans. So the fan base is number one priority, in my opinion. It's number one priority. I'll always stick up for the fan base. 100% Jay. Neville started a couple of weeks ago. He's underappreciated. There you go. But Gary Neville was also the one at the Euros and the World Cups that says Walker has to play because Trent will cost England games. And now they're all on the other side of the foot. Like, oh, no, it's just does my head in, man. Yeah, they would, Russell. Exactly. Jay, the fact that he hasn't done any interviews post-match says everything. Yep. Jay, the big up replay crashes a lot. Was watching your vibes copies this morning. I'll talk to him and see why it's crashing, man. I'll talk to him. Check out. Does any of my other videos crash when you're on replay, or was it only just that one? Let me know, because if it's all of them, I'll have to know there's an issue. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So when Zertsky was getting booed, he gets no media coverage, but when it's Liverpool, it's hysteria. Do you know why? Do you know what this proves? Liverpool are the biggest team in the world. That's what it proves. Hang on, what's this? Oh my God. How does he not know? Sorry, Ant just sent me a DM. Big up freedom. Yeah, Liverpool are the biggest team in the world. There's no doubt about it. That's why we're getting all the media coverage. I can't believe Schmeichel said that. I'm going to share this on the screen, man. I can't believe he said that. Hang on, guys. I'm going to share this. As you can see here, I'll go put this on big screen. As you can see, he says there, you want to talk about disrespect. Imagine asking Keane or Neville at Old Trafford what the 58 meant, right?
What is that? What does that stand for? Let me just ask you. What is that? What does that stand for? 9-7. Yeah, Hillsborough. Right. Yeah. Sorry. Nice touch. Nice touch. Yeah.
Oh my God. The fact that he did not know, could you? Oh my God! And look at the way David James. Big up David James, by the way, for one wearing that pin, and 2, look at him like he was a piece of shit. Look how angry David James looks, guys. Watch how angry David James looks. Look.
Can I just ask you, what is that stand for? 9-7. Yeah, Hillsborough. Right. Yeah, sorry.
Nice touch.
Oh, David James is like, you are a complete prick. Oh my word. Oh my word. Where have I gone? I've gone. There I am. Bacon for brains, man. Yeah, James weren't having it. I'll tell you what, man. How can you not know, man? Rio Ferdinand needs to shut his mouth. How about not cheating on your wife while she had cancer? Nerve to tell Liverpool fans how to feel. Yeah, I hear that, Double A. I'm sick and tired how Liverpool have to feel, man. JY's vibes and copies on big up. We're just trying something out for a few weeks. And I will let you know more in a few weeks' time, guys. I'm going to tell you guys everything that's going on, but I don't want to actually do it while it's a live video. I will do it as a pre-recorded video because I don't want to make money on it or monetize it. So I'll do it as a pre-recorded video and just tell you everything that's going on, guys. All right. Yeah, big up David James every time, man. Every time. I've got the video here. I've got the video. So this is Laurie today on DR Sport. Well, I'll let you guys watch it.
Something I want to ask you, because a few people have put this to me. Is there something a little bit more sinister about what happened yesterday in terms of the booing?
What are you referring to?
I'm saying that there's 1 or 2 people of the culture that have said to me, both last night and this morning, they think there could be tinged with a level of racism.
No, Laurie, you've totally misread the situation, my friend. Okay. I can categorically say
no,
there's
I feel
no
forced
way.
to ask you that because there's people
absolutely no way
saying that might be a
okay. But I'm telling you that
I don't think.
Yeah. So now, where would he have got that from? That kind of thing is probably Arsenal fans. So basically, what he's trying to say is he heard from people, Arsenal fans, because he ain't going to be talking to anyone else, is he? That the booing of Trent Alexander-Arnold has to do with racism as well, because I think what he's trying to say is if Trent was white, we wouldn't be booing. Again, it's Arsenal fans, Man United fans, Chelsea fans, whoever it is, they don't understand. They literally don't understand. It's got nothing to do with colour, creed, race, anything. It's about a Scouse boy who loves Liverpool Football Club more than anything on earth, has woke up one day and decided to go, no, you know what? Fuck Liverpool, fuck everything about them, and wants to join Real Madrid. That's the news. That's the truth. It's not got anything to do with colour or race. It's got nothing to do with colour or race. It's about a Scouse boy fucking over Liverpool. That's why we're upset. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. Fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. People have got to stop making shit up and understand why we're upset. Just does my head in. It's a ridiculous notion that should not have been said. DR Sport should have actually come out and said after that. It's got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that whatsoever. Again, because people are going to believe it. People are going to believe it. Upsets me, man. It's not anything to do with that. It doesn't matter. It pees me off, man. It pees me off. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Big up everyone DMing me. Okay. Right. Guys, when I'm talking about the DR Sport thing there, just let you know, hopefully I was talking with respect and everyone understood what I was saying and, You know, I don't think it's got anything to do with the fact that the kid's a cunt. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? That's all it is. Let me just talk about the breaking news happening right now. Big up Ali, big up Andrew, big up Anthony. Here we go. Everyone sending me DMs right now. So the breaking, let me just get it up. Pause. So Florian Plettenberg has also now just tweeted. Now Florian Plettenberg is yeah. Florian Plettenberg is Germany's top reporter, and he actually was the one who broke the news about Sadio Mane going to Bayern Munich first. By the way, he was the one who spoke about it first. He has just tweeted moments ago. Big up Ali and everyone, and Andrew just DM'd me this. Understand Liverpool are seriously pursuing Jeremie Frimpong. Advanced talks have already taken place. Following detailed analysis and due to his availability, he is currently one of the top options for Liverpool to potentially replace Trent Alexander-Arnold. Frimpong is planning a move this summer. The 24-year-old right wing back can leave Bayer Leverkusen this summer thanks to a release clause set around 35 million euros, which is around 40 million quid. So this is breaking news. Let me get my man K-Mac in here. K-Mac, I'm going to just send you all the deets. And we'll get K-Mac in here as well for his opinion on this. Because to be fair to K-Mac was the first one to say about Frimpong a few weeks ago. So you've got to give him his flowers when it's due. You know what I'm saying? David Lynch said probably not for Frimpong earlier, FSG. Yeah, so I saw some people clapping back at this, saying that David Lynch said that he's heard from a source close to the football club that Liverpool, this isn't true. But I think Liverpool will definitely be happy to bring. I mean, look at the price. If he's like 35 million euros, you can't turn that down, guys. It's very hard to turn that down for the price he is and the job that he can do. Let me just get. I'll get K-Mac in as well because we're going to be. K-Mac's very good on the transfer news stuff. We'll get K-Mac in for the transfer news as well. Fab just retweeted it. David Lynch takes a winter jacket to the Hang on. You guys are all okay. Liverpool is seriously pursuing Jeremie Frimpong. Advanced talks have already taken place. K-Mac, I sent you the link, man. Oh, there he goes. He's in. There we go. Let's get my man in. Yeah, there we go, my man.
I love the way you just like, fuck it. There's no point monetizing. He's a cunt.
Yeah. No, I'm done with him, man. I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
I'm not being funny. Like, doesn't Trent like white chicks? Like...
Yeah, it's just this whole.
or is Hispanic?
It's just mad, ain't it? It's just mad. Fab has retweeted it as well. To be fair to Fabrizio, he got the Trent thing right for about a year. So, yeah, to be fair.
The mad thing is, like, I was telling everyone about Slot was on the phone to Slot was on the phone to Frimpong a couple of weeks ago.
Naughty phone calls with Slot, you know.
Yeah, he was having naughty phone calls. Yeah. Obviously, he knew that that Xabi Alonso was going, so it wasn't really going to disrupt anything. So that's an interesting one. But it was funny though. If anyone's in the chat who was listening to David Lynch, we kind of cooked him today in the chat about Frimpong because he said Frimpong's not happening, and then everyone was in the chat going, "Oh, David Lynch said Frimpong's not happening," and then he'd done a 360.
Yeah, so David Lynch, apparently, David Lynch said he's got a friend close to the thing who says he doesn't think it would happen. So, and
he did like a 360 and went, "Oh, no, I'm not saying it's not happening." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, Lynchy, I see where you're going. Maybe you've been told by the media not to say something at Liverpool."
Yeah. Yeah. And this is from Florian Plettenberg now, who's obviously Germany's number one sort of like reporter on all news over there. You know, as I said, he was the first guy to mention Mane going to Bayern Munich before anyone else as well. So
he also did like the Lewandowski one as well to Barcelona. Like, he's heavily involved. He's also talking about Wirtz to Bayern, by the way. He was the one that dropped the Wirtz to Bayern one. So
what? Speak to me about Frimpong, man, because I actually
Google as his source.
I actually like Frimpong. I think Frimpong would be a very good move to Liverpool. You know, but speak to me, K-Max. I know you've been on this case for a while now, man.
Yeah. So look, Arnie slots like Frimpong for a while. I think what's really interesting about the Frimpong opportunity is he's got a really cheap release clause. His GA is better than Trent's. Like, I think he's got 17 GA this season, and he got 26 GA last season. Like, can you imagine putting that into the team? Like, that's just a positive on its own. And he's also got pace. Like, we don't seem to have any pace down the wings anymore. In our left back and right back position. Obviously, Connor Bradley's got pace, but it does make sense that we have an option that we can have a player that can mean that we ease Connor Bradley in, but we also might have a replacement in a couple of years for Salah because he can play so high up on the wing. So you've got a guy that can do every position on that right hand side, and also with Frimpong doing the overlaps, and he's really good at dribbling and he's really good at taking players on. It means Mo Salah can then move into the hot zone more, which means he'll get more opportunity to score more chances and to create more goals. There's a good point as well. Ali A put it in there. He speaks good Scouse.
Yeah, like
he's also best mates with Graven Birch as well.
So that when I've watched Frimpong in interviews before, he does talk highly of Liverpool.
Mate, I haven't told you this. Oh, sorry, I haven't told you this. I found this out recently. In case anyone doesn't know this, Frimpong chose to come to Liverpool before he went to Manchester City. So he had a trial with Liverpool and Manchester City when he was 15, maybe.
Oh, I read about this, yeah.
And the only reason he didn't go to Liverpool is because his mum and dad didn't drive.
Yeah, I read that.
So he had to stay locally, which is Manchester City.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why. He's a Liverpool supporter as well, by the way.
Yeah, that's why he does talk big about Liverpool.
All the boxes tick. All the boxes tick.
Now, I've been saying about this for a while that, you know, Liverpool have been looking for pace down the wide areas. Everyone thinks it might be the wingers that he's looking for pace with. It could actually be the fullbacks. Because if you look at Kirkes is extremely quick as well. You know, Hato's extremely quick. Frimpong's extremely quick. Do you think Liverpool is looking at now this pacey, wide fullback area? Because the way Liverpool play in transition and the way football is played now, the way Champions League is played now, a lot of it is about transitional football. Look at the way Barcelona play. Look at the transitional football we play. In the Premier League, even if you've got good build-up and you keep good possession, transitional football kills a lot of teams off at the same time. Liverpool find it hard to do transitional football because we haven't got, you know, our forwards are not the paciest, but our fullbacks are not the paciest either, so they can't overlap quick enough. If you've got Frimpong on the right and Kirkes on the left with their extreme pace going forward, you know, I think that is a massive bonus to what Slot wants to do next season, mate.
100%. If you just look at his previous clubs, he used his wing backs really well, and he also used his wide players really well. I just think this season, because of the transition and the fact that he's working out what squad he's got. I just think he's just had to use Salah the way he has, and he's had to. I mean, let's be honest. He's got all the goals out of the wingers So it clearly works. Like he's clearly got that right, because he got what, I don't know, a record number of goals out of Salah and assists in a season, and he's also got the most goals Diaz has ever scored and assists in a season, and also Cody in the Premier League. Not Cody in Holland, but Cody in the Premier League. So it's clearly worked. Like he clearly knows how to use the wide players well, because he's got the most out of them. The problem is the number 9.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is a good point. Elliot definitely leaves if Frimpong comes in. Yeah, because if Slot only sees him as a backup right winger to Salah, then, you know.
I think Chiesa goes as well, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to get that Chiesa news in a minute, but it looks a little bit more difficult for Elliot to play, because you would say that if Liverpool do go and get Frimpong, you got Conor Bradley and Frimpong down that right hand side. Conor Bradley can play your right back, and Frimpong can play further up the field. So, I think Klopp would. Klopp. I don't know why I keep saying Klopp. I've
said it so many times.
Slot would use Frimpong more in that right wing area than he probably would Harvey Elliott, because of his pace.
Yeah.
So it maybe is a hard one for Harvey Elliott to stay. We've also been linked today with Hugo Larsson. We actually been linked with him for a while now. Very quiet links.
No.
I don't know much about him, to be fair. I think, is it Frankfurt he plays for? I don't know much about him. Very quiet links to Hugo Larsson. I think he plays apparently the way Slot likes. That midfielder gets.
Oh, he's a fantastic player,
break
mate.
the lines and all that. So we'll have to.
Do you know who he plays with? Do you know who he plays alongside?
No, I don't know much about him.
Angelo Stiller.
Oh, has he played for Stuttgart? Is it Stuttgart?
Is it Stuttgart, or does he play with Ekitike? He plays with Ekitike, I think.
Yeah, he plays Frankfurt, doesn't he?
He plays with Ekitike. Sorry.
Yeah.
But he's a similar player to Stiller and Adam Morton and those type of players, which is good to see that we are actually looking at a midfielder, because I do think we need one more.
Yeah, we've always said that, ain't we? Like one more midfielder would do us well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like they're trying to get this Frimpong through the line. I don't know about the chat, but I'd be quite happy about this. I really would.
I think he's brilliant. I think he's sensational. I've done a video on him, talking about him in more detail. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I think what he can do going forward is exactly what we need. Like the amount of cutbacks he does into the box that are precision cutbacks, and also what he does is something that none of our players do. How many times have you seen one of our fullbacks cross it to the other fullback for them to score? Like that used to be a thing with Trent and Robbo, like 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago.
Trent don't get down the byline anymore.
We don't do it. We don't do it anymore. Like, how many times have you seen a ball go right across the box and there's no one on the other end? Frimpong will be there. Like, you'd be just waiting for it.
And he scores goals as well. He's rapid. He scores goals.
He scores goals.
Yeah, like I think. Look, if you watch Conor Bradley play, I think Frimpong and Conor Bradley are kind of similar in the way they break. Yesterday, I didn't realise how quick Conor Bradley was.
Oh, mate, I wanted to talk about that actually.
I didn't realise how quick he was. He's actually lightning.
So there's been there's I can't remember where the interview is, but it might actually be on Sky actually, because for some reason Liverpool are just on Sky permanently doing interviews.
Yeah.
But Slot talked about Bradley. Actually, it might have been in the embargo section on a conference. So the problem he's got with Bradley, and this sounds really weird, Bradley runs too fast.
He's very quick, isn't he?
And Bradley has been injuring himself because he's been playing beyond his body, if that makes sense. Like he's been overexerting himself too much, and he's actually been getting injured because he's putting too much effort in, and he's not at the level with his body to be able to do that kind of work. So that's the problem he's got, which means he might have to rein Bradley in next season more. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like Bradley could have injured himself 3 times yesterday with those tackles.
It does like smashing people. I ain't gonna lie. I love Conor Bradley.
I think he's brilliant.
I absolutely love Conor Bradley. Like I can see him being a staple for Liverpool for years to come. He's got everything I like about his game. Yes, defensively, he's got work to do. He's only. Well, I think what we forget about Conor Bradley. He's still quite raw, still quite green. He had obviously that great loan spell, was it at Bolton, where he got Player of the Year and stuff like that, and everyone at Bolton wanted to keep him because they said,
like a winger as well, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
He got like 7 goals as well, I think.
Yeah, I think everyone at Bolton said this guy's too good for us, but we want to keep him because he's a level above. And Liverpool always made sure they kept him. I think when he went on loan at Bolton, they gave him a brand new contract.
He came back. And he would have started the season, but he got injured in Germany. When Klopp did those pre-season games in his old town, he got injured there, and then he was out for like 6 months, and then that's when he came in at the end of the season, and we were like, "Whoa, who's this guy?"
Yeah, exactly.
Put a speed limiter on him. You're right.
I watched Bradley yesterday. There was some times Bradley was like the furthest forward where he's just run so hard. His pace. I think Neville was saying yesterday, like there was a couple of times you could have played the ball in, and Bradley was just gone. Right, and because he goes so quickly, he catches himself offside. But he is a raw player still. He's still, young. He hasn't had a lot of top flight experience yet. And I think if we are going for Frimpong, and it is true we get him, then it makes sense because you're not stifling Bradley's progression in the team, because you can see both playing. You can see a lot of rotation. You can see different aspects how they play. They're very similar players as well. If you look at what Bradley and they do, they are very similar. They're completely different to what Trent is. Trent is just Trent, but these two get up and down. Bradley's got that recovery pace to get back. Obviously, Frimpong's got that recovery pace to get back. But what I like about the Frimpong situation, if it is true and this does happen, you don't need a backup right winger sitting on the bench.
No.
Because you've got a versatile player who can play across the right side of the pitch. Yes, I think everyone forgets he has played right back in his career, And the way Liverpool play, in a way, we're an attack-minded side. We're front-footed. We don't play low block. Our right backs are mostly wing backs anyway. So it's not really going to be the end of the world for that position. And I know internationally he can play further forward in a wing position, but so can Conor Bradley. I think Conor
that's
Bradley,
what I mean. If you switch it the other way,
he's played further forward before.
So if you switch it the other way around, and you have Frimpong as the right back, and you have Conor Bradley on the bench that can play right back and right wing.
Yeah, and it's very like for like as well, ain't it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's very like for like.
My thing with Bradley, my thing with Bradley, and I don't really understand why we haven't tried it, because we certainly needed it. I don't understand why we haven't just tried him on the left-hand side.
No.
What is the harm in trying him on? He's basically like Andy Robinson when he was younger.
He does remind me.
Everything he does is like Robbo. Like he's got the attitude, like he's got the speed, he's got the athleticism, he's got the drive. Like everything about him is like, wow, that is like Robbo. Why can't we just have you on the left? So it's like, why didn't you just play him on the left a bit more, like, to see whether it would have worked?
Big up Roach. He says, Utility Men FC, one player covered 4 positions. That's our philosophy, bargain bucket club.
Well,
you do know that's what Man City have got, and that's why Man City have been so good in years gone. Is they got multiple players who play multiple positions.
They're literally playing an attacking midfielder that they signed, then put him in defensive midfield and he didn't work, and now he's their right back.
Yeah, so
Nunes.
It does. Paul says Bradley isn't that quick.
Jesus, mate, he's quick.
Paul, did you watch the game yesterday? He's lightning.
He's
man.
frightening. He's frighteningly quick.
Well, I saw something else in the chat. Where was it?
Frimpong speaks Glaswegian.
We need a goalkeeper who can be solid. Hang on, we need a goalkeeper
that can be a solid DM as well. Have you seen Alisson? Alisson plays sweeper. He's really good.
I'm so confused. So confused.
Maybe that was the point.
Yeah, I don't know. Roach has been sarky, maybe sarcastic there, but I'm confused. Roach, I'm confused. Jamie, guys are overplaying Bradley. He's played. How many games has Bradley played at the top level, man?
I think he's played about 40 games, mate. Honestly, I don't think he's played that many games.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh,
Were.
okay.
That's why I thought it was sarky. I thought you were being sarky.
We're all good with goalkeepers.
Yeah, definitely. Jamie seems tired today. I am shattered today. I'll tell you why I'm tired. Saturday night killed me because I did UFC watch along and all that, and I was up, man. I was up late, and I'm knackered. I ain't gonna lie.
You've also got lots of kids.
Yeah, Bradley knocked up Mbappe. You know what I mean? And Bradley's going to have games where he can look a bit poor and then look a bit good. He's a young guy learning his trade still. I think he's going to be a very good footballer. I really do. I think he's going to be a very good footballer. And I think if Frimpong comes in as well, yeah, that's not compared to the quickest wingers. But Paul, what fullback is? How many fullbacks are as quick as the quickest wingers?
Well, what quickest wingers are you talking about, by the way?
I think we got a look. I think there's an issue in football right now where everyone wants their fullbacks to look up wingers constantly. That don't happen.
I'm going to get some top speeds. 2 secs.
That don't happen. Most wingers will make fullbacks look stupid most of the time. It's what they're meant to do. Yeah, it's just
Okay, Conor Bradley's top speed, 17th overall in the Premier League, 34.74 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, he's quick, man.
There's only 17 players faster than him.
He's a quick player, man.
I do want to find out Frimpong because I think he's rapid.
He's a quick player.
Oh my God, mate. Frimpong, 36.34 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, Frimpong's lightning. That's what I'm saying. 2 very quick.
That's fast. That's fast. Not even in the top 10.
Exactly. I mean, that's fast for a fullback. So
Bradley's 21, by the way.
So Bradley's the 17th quickest player in the Premier League. Is that what you just said?
Already.
And how many players in the Premier League? Hundreds. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think Bradley's got the world that he's always seen, in my opinion.
Actually, I'm going to find out who's the fastest now, just because I'm interested. Oh, okay. So Liverpool's ranked players, Conor Bradley is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th. Mo Salah's faster than him, though, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't think that's now. That might have just been overall.
I think Salah's still over like 5 or 10 yards. It's probably as quick as everyone. It's when it depends what they run.
I've got to say though, mate, the fastest player for Liverpool is Dom, 33.84. Conor Bradley's 33.33. Like seriously, like it's literally.
Do you know what it is?
Hundredths of a second.
So it's
pretty much.
It's acceleration and speed, ain't it? So
yeah.
Someone like Conor Bradley can probably run the same speed for 110 yards of the pitch.
Yeah, longer.
Where Salah would probably accelerate really quickly for 10 yards, but then start to slow down for the rest. Dominic Szoboszlai, when we see him run, he pretty much carries on the same speed from the moment he runs to the moment he ends, even if it's like 100, 110 yards. That's where the pace comes from overall, isn't it? That's where the pace comes from. And that's what Frimpong does. Frimpong's acceleration and speed is immense. You know, he can run up and down all day. Kirkes can run up and down all day. This is why we're linked to fullbacks that are pacey. We're linked to pace.
Wow, I didn't know that that Erling Haaland could run that fast.
Yeah, Haaland runs away from people. We just don't look like that.
35.7 kilometers.
But his pace will be built over 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah.
if you get Haaland to run from the one goal to the next goal over 110 yards, I bet his pace shortens right down as he goes.
Mickey van der Ven's the fastest, by the way, 37.
Yeah. But Mickey can literally keep his pace going.
But then his hamstrings pop after about, after about 20 yards.
Yeah. That man won't be quick for long. That's all I'm going to tell people. He ain't going to be quick for long.
Big up, Jen.
Big up, Jen in the chat. Yeah, Van der Ven's rapid. Guys, thoughts on Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid manager? I think we always knew it. Look, he turned us down apparently because he was always going to Real Madrid. So
yeah,
it's where he wanted to go, man. It's where he sees his career being built.
He's also Spanish, by the way.
Yeah.
People seem to think he's Scout for some reason.
Yeah,
he isn't.
Sociedad and Madrid's probably more in his heart, ain't it?
Yeah, there's more German and Spanish in him.
Let's talk about so Frimpong looks like he could be the one coming in. You've got Conor Bradley there as well. Right back could be okay next season. Let's talk about left back. I thought Robbo was actually pretty good yesterday, to be fair. I like Robbo. I'm one of the only people who might like Robbo. I know though we need a new left back, but I'm totally fine with Robbo being second choice next season.
Yeah,
as a leader in the team as well. But pace is a problem on that left-hand side as well. Who do you think we get as a left back? Because we're definitely buying a left back. There's no doubt about it. I think we're beating two new fullbacks in the summer.
Yeah.
Left back for you. Who's your choice? Because there is quite a few out there. Obviously, Kirkes is the one most heavily linked right
now. I've said Kirkes for quite a while because of the relationship with Dom, because of the tweets with Dom, because he's been liking all of our Liverpool posts, which is a bit random, especially the fact when Mo Salah signed a new contract, he was liking it, and Virgil, and I think, and he's done the googly eyes with Dom as well recently. I think Liverpool are just trying to be respectful because Bournemouth are still fighting for Europe, and they can still get into Europe, so they don't want to be they don't want to be like doing anything to upset the apple cart with Bournemouth. But I'd be more than happy with Kirkes. I think he's real quality. He's not homegrown, which will be an issue. But I think he'll still be. I think he'll still be eligible to put in the under-21s. But I do see why we're looking at Aït-Nouri as well. That does make a lot of sense. Like, we've got a good relationship with Wolves. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. He's on really low wages. He's a good player. Like, he is a good player. And then I also understand why we're looking at Anthony Robinson. He's quite possibly the best left back in the league. But is Fulham kind of his limit? That's the thing, really. And he's 28 now.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Alier's talked about Hato. I just think Hato's just a bit too raw. He's still a kid. Like, he's really young. Like we think Kirkes is quite young. Like, Hato's like 2 years younger than him. Like,
yeah.
And the whole Hato, well, Hato can play centre back as well. Hato hasn't played centre back in like over a year. Like, so you're asking a guy who's played predominantly left back pretty much his career, and he's still only 19, to then fit into centre back. I'm not really sure that's a good idea. Is he only 18? Bloody hell, he's been playing when he was like 3. But yeah. That's kind of who I think. I don't think there's anyone else, mate. I just don't see anybody else.
I don't see us linked with any other left backs, really.
I just don't.
I think because of Richard Hughes' Bournemouth connections, I think Richard Hughes bought Kirkes in the first place. So he'll already know his agent. He's
also, Slot wanted Kirkes when he was at AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah, I remember that conversation coming up.
He never came in when he was there.
Again, what is it, Kirkes? 21, 22?
21.
Yeah, I can. Again, good pace, quick getting forward, got a good left foot.
He's always fit, mate. He's always fit.
He's got a good cross on him as well. He's physically strong as well. You can see that in him.
He's still running up and down like in the 90th minute. Like, he's a machine.
He can score a goal. He defends pretty well.
he's built from the same stuff Dominic Szoboszlai is. Like those Hungarians.
Yeah, they just run, man.
Goulash.
He is like a mini Robbo back in the day. That's what he does remind me of. He does.
100%.
And if you've got Kirkes and Frimpong down your wing at wide areas, look, I know what everyone will say is that, we're going to be too attack-minded from the fullback area and stuff like that.
They don't both have to bomb on all the time, do they?
But they don't have to. They don't, like, one can go and one can stay. But even if they both did, I think that what Slot wants is more possession up on the other person's side, the opposition side of the pitch. He wants to box them in. And if you've got pacey fullbacks, and if a ball does get transitioned and gets put over the top, you've got fullbacks that can actually go back the other way with pace to get back in position. Where, unfortunately for Robbo, now he's like 30, 31, and he can't do that anymore. Trent doesn't want to do it. So when you've got that situation, you're acceptable to the ball over the top. If you've got Kirkes and Frimpong in them wide positions on the pitch, you know, you do lose the ball higher up the pitch. You got pace to get back. Also, obviously, if Kanate does something new doing, you got Virgil there. They're not exactly slow either. So, you know, that's a quick back four that can push high up the pitch, can press you higher up the pitch, and also can work backwards as well because all four of them are quick. So I think that's where he might be going. That's how he might be going about this. Plus, you got youth on that side of the pitch as well. You know, you got youth and experience on the left-hand side with Kirkes and Robbo, and you just got youth and youth with obviously the two right backs. But Frimpong's more experience is adding. You know, he's gone to Euros and stuff like that with Holland and all that. He's won a league, obviously, with Bayer Leverkusen. So you got experience on that right-hand side as well. So even at a young age, I like it, K-Mac. I think it's good. I think sometimes we think about the negatives more than the positives. And I look at these. I look at the signings as a more positive than negative, in my opinion.
You know what's weird is we look at the negatives because of the guy that's just left, because we keep on getting rinsed down the right hand side, and we have done for like a number of years. That's the only reason why. Like, this isn't the same guy. Like, this is a guy who's really fast, who can get back into position quicker. And also he's worked under a manager that uses the width more. And that's something we haven't done for a while now. We've been trying to push everything through the centre for too long. Like, now we're going to spread the pitch wider, which means there's bigger gaps, which means that there's plenty more opportunities to play the ball through. I just think that those two guys are going to give us so much energy. There you go. Someone just said it as I said it. They're just going to give us so much energy down those flanks, which we haven't had for a long time. We've had a right back that basically wants to play in the centre, yeah, and then we've got another left back who's just not fit enough to be able to do the runs that we want and to be there available. So he's been really playing quite central, and he's not really got forward as much this season, Robbo, and that's fine, by the way. Like, he got his first assist this season in the last game. Like, so that's how non-attack minded has been.
Almost got his first assist and first goal, man.
Yeah, I mean, bloody hell, he should have scored that other.
He should have scored the volley, shouldn't he? He tried to put it in the corner. He tried to be too precise.
He tried to be cute. He should have just put it down on the floor.
Any other player on that pitch scores that goal, by the way.
Yeah, I know they do, mate. Apart from Nunes, by the way.
To be honest with you, I didn't.
I'm just not bothered anymore.
No, I weren't caring anyway.
It's one of those things, isn't it? But yeah.
The 8 million we paid for Robbo will not be beat in terms of being a bargain. No, never. I mean, that's just
it's mental, that, isn't it?
What a left back he's been for this football club, man. And
yeah, he's been
8 million quid.
He's had a really good season, by the way. I'm not going to lie.
And by the way, he wants to stay. He don't want to go anywhere.
It's like him and Diaz. It was a really good season. Like,
yeah,
and I was their biggest critics last season.
And same, I've been a Diaz critic. Look, Diaz has changed my mind. He's changed my mind. But before we get into that, big up Aussie.
But is it Diaz that's changed your mind, or is it Slot getting the best out of them.
I think it's actually
they could have all really been good players.
What we'll do, we'll talk about this first, and we'll get the Diaz thing because it is a good conversation.
Yeah.
Football Talk podcast says we'll control the right flank that will allow Salah to invert and be effective in central positions. Yes.
Hot zone. Hot zone.
When you see when Conor Bradley plays, Salah can either go out wide and find more room, or he goes centrally where he's more inside the box. It will help. I know a lot of people are saying put Salah in the number 9 position, all that. If you got these fullbacks that are pacey, remember back in the day when Trent just should be up and down the pitch, getting the byline, letting Salah invert a little bit more. If you have that available to you next season, you don't need to put Salah centrally because you'll find better positions on the pitch, you know. And yeah, I think that's a great way to go about it.
We can't put Salah centrally because he can't do those Travellas.
No.
They're unbelievable, those Travellas he does.
Yeah, exactly. That's when he finds space. So if he gets that space,
like he did 2 unbelievable passes in that game that were missed by Diaz and Robbo. Like they were sitters, and they were from Salah passes.
Do you know what's weird? And Harrison's got a point here. Yeah? Under Jurgen Klopp, our midfield is a much more general midfield, like win the ball back, high up the pitch, loads of intensity. And there was quality as well too, because Gini was a good footballer. Endo, to his credit, was a good footballer. So was obviously Fabinho. But they weren't these creative geniuses, yeah. But our fullbacks, Robbo back in the day, Trent back in the day, pace, energy, 90 minutes. What is it Mourinho said once? Watching Liverpool, he watched Robertson play. And he was sprinting 100 miles an hour for 90 minutes. He's never seen anything like it.
Never seen anything like
it. And when you've got that, it's almost like that's what we're going back to. And I'm not saying that Slot's going to play a Klopp way or anything like that. But when you're getting that kind of pace down them wide areas, it can change your team completely. Absolutely completely. So I hear that, man. The Diaz situation, though, we were just about to chat about there. With Luis Diaz, as you said, K-Mac, it does look like Slot's changed something about his game this season. Like, it gives him a little bit more freedom, maybe, especially when he plays the number 9 position, which I think does suit him at times in certain games. He looks good there. You and me have spoke about this for 12 months. Diaz is actually pretty good when he's inside the box. You know, like, that's where a lot of his goals do come from. He's got that instinct to score. He's actually quite decent in the air as well. So I think Slot does have to take a bit of flowers on the way Diaz has changed his game. But when I look at our left wing options, Cody scored again yesterday. I think Diaz scored as well, didn't he? And I look at these options, like I look at the Premier League, and I'm looking
16
at
and 17, mate. 16
I know
it's
like 35 goals between them, or whatever. It's mad,
brilliant.
ain't it?
Yeah, it's
and
brilliant.
I'm looking at left wingers in our Premier League right now.
There's no one near them.
Is there actually anyone better in the Premier League right now on the left wing than Gakpo and Diaz?
No, there's not many in Europe, by the way.
There's a lot of good footballers.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at Leao. I watch a lot of Leao to do a lot of Italian football.
Not got the goals.
Leao's good, but it's very frustrating. I don't think it's an upgrade, as many people might think.
Nico Williams doesn't give you the goals either.
Yeah, Nico Williams. And I know people don't like to talk about G&A, but goals and assists. But the way Liverpool play with their forward line, it is about that. We're not playing wingers like Man City would do, like wide and high. Doesn't matter about that. It's about possession. Our wingers play for goals. That's what they play for. Even if we buy the new striker next season. Nico Williams is not. Look, I think Nico Williams has the most potential out of all the wingers if you go buy one. I think he has the most raw ability out of everybody. I mean, he's extremely quick, good at dribbling. He's got the most potential. If Liverpool will go buy a left wing and they needed one, he would be the one I'd go to. But I look at everyone else and I'm like, Anthony Gordon on his day could probably do what Gakpo does.
I don't think he's got the goals.
But again,
I don't think he's scored that many goals in a season, like ever. You've got look, if you really want to just throw out a few names, most of them play for PSG, by the way, just for shits and giggles. Quite a few of them play for Real Madrid. Quite a few of them play for Barcelona. You've got potentially one that plays for Dortmund, one that plays for Bayern Munich.
And they're the only upgrades. And they're all. And how many of them are attainable? That's the thing. Like Kvaratskhelia just joined, he's unattainable. You're not buying Vinny, you're not buying Mbappe. Musiala's is probably unattainable. Rafinha is probably going to win Ballon d'Or. You know, Rodrigo is the only one there that is attainable, in my opinion.
He hasn't got the goals this season, by the way. He's had a poor season.
He's the only one.
Gittins is one, but Gittins is still raw. Like, he's only had one good season.
I don't think Gittins is better than what we got already, though. That's the thing.
No.
That's the thing. They're good footballers. I'm not going to sit here and say
there's a guy in Holland who used to play for Slot who's had a really good season. Paxiao. Really good season.
Yeah, Brazilian kid.
Yeah, he's had a really good season. Loads of goals, loads of assists. That's the only one I'd see. Like, and also the money's reasonable. Like, I don't know about Fofana. Like, he looks really raw as well. He reminds me a bit of Doak, if I'm honest.
What?
Also, Doak's had a good season as well, by the way.
And this is the thing we've got to think about. It's all good. It's all great getting new players. We all like new players coming to our club. But we got to be careful sacrificing players for new players if they're not as good. That's what we got to be careful with.
And that's really funny because that's what Slot says about playing players.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is Elliot getting played? Well, he's not better than what we've got on the pitch.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Barcola is an interesting one.
Barcola is an interesting one. That could happen, actually.
He would be. Happy. Barcola would be available. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he'd be expensive.
Again, I think Barcola's got a lot of raw potential as well. He's got a lot of raw potential. The problem is, I don't think Liverpool are going to be sending any wingers. I did at the start. I thought Diaz will go. I think he's going to start. I think they're looking to give him a new deal. If they can't do a new deal this summer, that's when they'll sell him.
I think Barcelona aren't going to go for Diaz, and I think Diaz has realised that, and he's going to have to change his tune, and he's probably going to have to, take that contract which we're going to offer, because I can't see Liverpool throwing bags of money at our players, like, when they're not on bags of money now. Like, it's just a massive jump. Like, he's on what? I think he's on what, 54 grand? He wants 150. Sorry, he wants like 150. I think we'll probably end up settling like 120. Like,
yeah, I think get a contract. I think that. See, the thing with Diaz, if Liverpool want to sell him, look, you could sell him this summer at the highest amount of money possible, because
he might go up a level though. He might go up again.
Like, yeah, because he's had a good season. You could sell him at high level cost right now and make good money on him. The problem is there's going to be wanting to be a viable team out there. Also, next year, be 28, 29. Liverpool might think about how many years, you look at Mo's a unicorn. He's different. He's 33, but he plays like he's 23. He's a totally different unicorn. I don't know with Diaz. Diaz is all about energy and legs. That's what Diaz is about, isn't he? And at the moment, that still looks good. He still looks like he's got energy and legs and still can go and still can move. So if I'm Liverpool, I'll probably sit down and go, you know what? What better left wingers, what attainable left wingers are on the market? And that's the important word here, attainable. Yeah, you could go and get Vinny and replace Diaz. I get that, but that's not going to happen, is it? So what's out there that's attainable? And if there's nothing out there that's attainable, and you think, I actually need a left back and a right back, we need a midfielder and a striker, they're more important this summer. They're far more important this summer. Then give Diaz a new contract, because if you give Diaz a new contract, that means his valuation stays up. And then if you want to sell him next summer, if you want to sell Diaz next year, you're keeping his valuation the same. His valuation's not going to drop, and you can sell him next summer.
100%, mate. I think the bit with Diaz, which we're forgetting as well, is he's a real team player. Like, he's okay being on the bench for games. Like, he doesn't mind playing in different positions. So we all know that we need a number 9. And we all know that we need a marquee number 9. Like, we don't need a project. So what you do then is you give Diaz an extension for another 2 years, 3 years. Yeah. So then you've got the value to sell him on again in a year's time or 2 years' time. But what you're also giving yourself is you're giving yourself a left winger option and a number 9 option, because he's proved it this season. He could easily be our backup number 9.
Yeah.
And if we go and get an Isaac or a Oshiman or a Alvarez, if we go and get one of those, then you've definitely got Diaz as your backup number 9. So you don't need to go and buy 2 number 9s. And then you can sell Núñez and Jota. Or you can keep Jota.
Yep.
Just because we know we need other work. Like we know, and we know that we're not a team that just spends loads of money. Like we're just not that team.
Jota can definitely go. David Koch just said as well, from earlier exclusive news, Liverpool are due to have talks today with Frimpong's representation ahead of a potential move to Liverpool. Frimpong's represents return to the UK ahead to hold talks and discussions. Talks are at an early stage, but the things could move quickly.
We know that's already happened then.
Yeah,
they're always behind, aren't they?
All Liverpool need to do is trigger his release clause and reach an agreement on personal terms. Liverpool are also assessing other right-back options. A number of clubs are interested in Frimpong. So it looks like Liverpool are trying to get in there first on the Frimpong stuff. And
it's really interesting as well because Frimpong's just signed a New Balance deal where he's like basically their star of New Balance. It's interesting because we had New Balance as our sponsor for a long time.
Yeah.
So he's the face of New Balance as well.
It would be interesting. So the release clause, what I'm gathering,
29 million.
And it can be installments as well. So
4-year installments. That's mental.
Liverpool don't need to go, all right, just pay it all at one time. Liverpool can just go.
The ambassador,
and that's what they might be doing.
Liverpool 67. I didn't mean team player that way on the pitch. I meant team player as in he can be on the bench as well.
Yeah.
He's not a guy that kicks up a stink. That's what I meant.
Huh? Your dinner? Must be in there.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
Mate, I've got to go and have my tea, okay?
Yeah, big up, man. Big up, man.
All right, buddy. The wife's made an
See you
amazing
later.
tea.
Yeah,
All right,
see you
I'll
later.
see you later, man. Big up the chat.
Big out gang indeed says, would you not prefer a more balanced right back? No. Still to agree personal terms to submit a bid, so everything is still to do then. It's still to do. I think that's why they're talking about early chats. I think he says it here. Talks are an early stage. Let's see though. Let's see. It might not happen. We can replace Núñez, Jota and Chiesa with Igor, Pietro, Rodrigo and Ekitike. Ekitike is an interesting one. Do I think Liverpool go and do the Ekitike stuff? I'm not sure about it. I like Ekitike. He seems like a good player. I'm not sure. The striking options are a bit. I'm not too sure about. I want Alvarez. If Liverpool can somehow do that, that'd be beautiful. The Isaac situation, it's like Newcastle are going to get Champions League now, so I don't think Isaac's going to go anywhere. So I'm not quite sure who who we go and pick up, I really don't know, guys. I really have no idea. Looks like Liam Delap's apparently going to Man United. You got Osherman out there. I don't know. I really don't know. I'd love it to be Alvarez, man. But Ekitike could be the one, guys. Ekitike could be one. Gyökeres could be going to Arsenal. And a lot of people don't really like Gyökeres anyway. Yeah, we can get Alvarez through the door, man. I'll be totally happy with that. Totally happy with that. I think Liam Delap's a United fan. That's why he might be swayed to go to United. Sesko. Fabrizio's retweeted it. Yeah, that's mad. So it could be happening. Could be happening. Darwin, yeah, that says Darwin could be gone very quickly. Alvarez is my guy, though. We get him. If Liverpool make the money on Darwin Núñez and a few other players, they just look at Watson around as the striker option. Surely it's Julian Alvarez. Ekitike will be interesting. Ekitike will be very, very interesting. Very interesting. If Ahali want Núñez, they go to get him early. Yeah, they went for Club World Cup. 150 million euro. He hasn't got a release clause, Alvarez. It was already reported that Julian Alvarez doesn't have a release clause like that. He doesn't have a release clause like that. Would you be okay with just Alvarez but sell Núñez and Jota Diaz as backup striker? They would have to buy a left winger. I'd be all right if you go and buy a left winger. Yeah. I'd be all right if you go and buy a left winger. Ekitike is probably 50 million less than Alvarez. And Alvarez ain't on big wages either. You know, Alvarez is only on about 130 grand a week, I believe. So, I don't know. But Ekitike could absolutely be the guy. It could be the guy. I'm not sure. The striking option, I'm not sure with at the moment, unless something breaks and there's some rumours and news. I'm going to still go on. I'm going to go on the fact that it's either Ekitike or Benjamin Sesko. I think they're the two. I think we're Ekitike and Benjamin Sesko at this moment in time for me are the two favourites, unless we hear any other news. But the striking option is a weird one. It's a strange one. I'm not too sure. But it looks like we could be getting a new right back coming in, which would hopefully, be good. And we move forward from there. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Tomorrow, make sure you join me again. We're going to talk more conversations tomorrow about all the new transfer news and all that. So make sure you're joining me tomorrow as well. We're going to go through more of this. Probably have a bit more talk about Frimpong tomorrow. More information may be coming out. So make sure you join me tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining me today. I do appreciate it. Look after yourselves, guys. Much love and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.